Hi, I've decided to do a short series called Diamond Girl, and it's based on a convention that I spoke at a while ago called Diamond Girl. And in it, I spoke about five traits or five characteristics that a diamond girl possesses. So I'm going to do it in the form of five short video clips, and in each clip, I will talk about a trait that a diamond girl possesses. I believe that every girl, every woman is a diamond girl, but it's up to you to surrender yourself to God, to allow Him to bring out that treasure in you. If you know about diamonds, you will know that the most wonderful aspect or the most fascinating thing about diamonds is the brilliance that is in diamonds. Diamonds are also the hardest substance known. They're very valuable, very precious, and we all want diamonds. Every girl, I think, wants diamonds. And sometimes life can be really painful. We go through stuff, and by going through that pain and going through some of those horrible things, um, the diamonds inside of us are actually surfacing, and the diamonds inside of us are actually being birthed. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is a diamond girl always being beautiful. Beauty is such a broad topic, yet it is also something that can really be narrowed down. Beauty obviously doesn't just come from the outward adornment of a woman. So it's not just about the makeup that I'm wearing, the lipstick that I have, the nose pin that I have, this eyeshadow, and all the jewelry that I'm wearing. Beauty really starts from inside. Um, I've met and I know of women who look good, but they don't really feel as good as they look about themselves. And we all know that, there is a lot of pressure, there's a lot of beauty pressure in the world for us to look a certain way, to be a certain way, depending on what's in and what's in fashion, what is the latest beauty trend, what are the celebrities doing, and we always fall prey to that from a very very early age. But I want to talk about inner beauty and how um, the realization of inner beauty flows outwardly, and that beauty is as much a decision as joy is. You can decide to be beautiful because there is no real one definition of beauty. Everyone is beautiful. Every woman is beautiful, but every woman has to discover the unique beauty that is inside of her. So, if you look up 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 to 4, it says, let not yours be merely external adorning with elaborate interweaving and knotting of the hair, the wearing of jewelry, or changes of clothes, but let it be the inward adorning and beauty of the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible and unfading charm of a gentle and peaceful spirit, which is not anxious or wrought up, but very precious in the sight of God. So it's obviously stating that beauty doesn't just stem from what we look like. Now, from an early age, I struggled with beauty. I grew up terribly overweight. I weighed 40 kgs at the age of 7. I was the fattest girl and fattest child in my grade in school. And I learned to block that out from a very early age. I learned to cope with it by ignoring it. And then growing up as a teenager, that really started to come out. And I went to an all girls school, which was very competitive. I mean, it was all girls, and you had the beautiful girls and the not so cool girls. And though I wasn't an outcast. I had a very, very low self-esteem. At the time, I had very bad acne, which people thought was chicken pox many times. So I developed a lot of spots. I had a spotty face. And, some people used to even tease me and call me Dalmatian. And though that was funny, it wasn't. It actually really affected how I felt about myself. Then at the age of 15, I developed a rare skin condition called alopecia areata, or some people call it alopecia areata. And what happens with that skin disease is that you lose your hair. So I started to lose my hair at the age of 15. I had one bald patch at the back of my head, and then as time went on, that patch just spread and spread and spread until I just had one small patch of hair at the top of my head. And from that time, I was wearing wigs. So I wore wigs throughout more than half of my high school career. I was wearing wigs. I was on different types of medication. I was tested for this and that and allergies. And, with all that medication came side effects. So I had to stop this because I was gaining so much weight and just a lot of complex things. But from then on, I learned to cope, and I learned to cope with my flaws. I learned to appreciate the things about me that I did have. I learned that not having hair for me was not a big deal anymore because I appreciated that I was healthy. I appreciated that the beauty was coming from inside of me and it wasn't an outward thing anymore. And it's 12 years later, I'm still suffering from that skin condition, though most of my hair has grown. So under the weaves, I have bald patches, and nobody really knows. Nobody even notices. It's nothing that people know about. It's nothing that I cry about. It's nothing that makes me lose my sleep at night. But it's something that has made me very strong. And if you know diamonds, you know about diamonds, you'll know that diamonds are the hardest substance known. And that is a reflection of me as well. Um, I'm still gentle and I'm still an emotional being, but I've learned to be very strong. I've learned not to succumb to the pressure of the media when it comes to beauty. I've also never been your stick thin girl. I've never been a slender girl. I've always been a more curvy girl. Um, and I've only recently this year really embraced my body, been happy with my body. I've only accepted that if there's something that I don't like about my body, then it's up to me to change it. And really accepted my individuality and accepted the individuality of my beauty. And through all of that, through my stages of having a low self-esteem, of being teased about how overweight I was, of the acne, of the alopecia, I was always beautiful. Nothing about me changed. There was nothing that was subtracted from me. I was always beautiful. But it was up to me to decide. It was up to me to decide that I'm always going to be beautiful. It was up to me to decide that I was always going to acknowledge my beauty, whether I had something or didn't have anything. And I'm seeing it more and more now. Growing up, um, if you're a if you're someone in your, I guess, late 20s, you'll know that your body does slowly begin to change. My body's changing. My body's not as flexible as it used to be. I gain weight a lot easier now, and with all of that, it's really challenging, very challenging for me to stay positive about myself and positive about my beauty because with the change of my body and with the challenges that come, with what should I eat, what should I wear, um, I'm always challenged to remember that I am beautiful and that beauty comes from within. I wrote a poem in 2011, a couple of years ago, and I'd like to read it to you. Always beautiful, like crushed flower petals releasing their aromatic oils to give off a scent that is its essence. They call it perfume. Always strong, like hard rocks extracted from places of hiding and subjected to difficult refining, immense heat, pressure, crushing, milling, grinding, cutting. They call them diamonds. Always rare, like a hard object, not beneath the earth, but protected within the soft tissue of a living shelled mollusk under fresh water, like a valuable, vulnerable gem protected in the gentle hands of the Father. They call them pearls. You are always beautiful, in and out of time, in the highs and lows of every season. Let not the challenge of your soul and heartfelt emotions divert you, or the salty waters running down your cheeks deceive you into contemplating, even for a moment, that you are any less worthy of wearing your crown of beauty. For through the crushing of tender petals to the cutting of hard diamonds, and the agonizing weight in which a pearl peaks to maturity, so too does your internal beauty come to kiss and collide with the lips of an external world that awaits at the tips of your toes to spectate at the mystery of how a woman is always beautiful. Um, as I was reading that, I just had a picture of a rainbow, and a rainbow has many colors, and a rainbow is beautiful, and a rainbow is embraced for its diversity. And as women, we are the same. We are rainbows as women altogether, and we are rainbows as individuals. We go through different seasons in our journey of beauty where stuff about us changes, our bodies change, the way we adorn ourselves change, the way we dress ourselves change. I know I've changed the way I dress myself in the past couple of years. And in all of that, we are always beautiful. And it's very important to embrace all of that. Like, I know for me, in the next few years, I will have children, and my beauty is going to be in a different form, and I will have to appreciate that and embrace that. And it is the same with us. I look one way, another person looks another way. Yet we are all beautiful, and it's up to us really to appreciate the beauty inside of us. You can't expect people to love you and treat you right if you don't do that for yourself. You can't expect people to not abuse you if you are the one stepping into abusive relationships. We accept the love that we think we are worthy of. We accept the love that we think we deserve. And it's up to you, first of all, to embrace your beauty. It's up to you, first of all, to acknowledge and appreciate the beauty inside of you. And by the way that you carry yourself, the way that you walk around, the way that you live, the way that you exude the beauty inside of you is the same way that people will treat you. When I had a low self-esteem, I got into horrible relationships. Because I didn't value myself and because I didn't see myself as beautiful, I attracted to myself people that were reading that message about me. And I'm always so amazed now that because I'm confident, because I choose not to think negatively about myself, because I choose not to see my bad days as a complete downfall, people treat me with respect. People call me beautiful. The kids I teach think I'm gorgeous. And it's because of the message that I portray to them about myself. It's because of the healthy relationship that I have with myself. So I want to encourage you to always see yourself as beautiful in spite of what you're going through, in spite of what your body looks like, in spite of whether or not society or the media accepts what you look like. You are always, always beautiful. Mwah.